Nick Vidal. I'm a health coach, personal trainer, nutritionist, also owner and operator of plantstrength.com. That's www.plantstrength.com. What I believe that we can do as a community is to get more education out about food. It's very important. We sort of got to reframe the way we think about food, what we even consider food. I believe food needs to be more natural, and we can get it out to the community in a much better way. Food can be cost effective if it's produced and grown, as opposed to a processed food which costs a lot more money to produce, hold, ship out. So I believe as a community, that's the main thing, the most important thing, is to get the food grown, homegrown, because the abundance of nature, we can actually produce an abundance of food and get it to the people that actually need it, because food actually is medicine. Food is medicine, food is health, food is love, food is enjoyment, and the people that need it do not have access to the right food. They can't afford it. It becomes more affordable for them to get processed food that has chemicals and additives and everything else, as opposed to them getting healthy food that actually has nutrients, vitamins, minerals, things that actually sustain life. So I think that's very, very crucial to get out there. And so coming together as a community and really getting that message across and spreading that message out of how we can sort of link up and basically educate people on why healthy food is important, because so many people don't know. We're sort of brainwashed by industry, and we think that we can just go to the grocery store and just trust whatever's on the shelves. It's much more deeper than that. We need to go back to the way things were, where food was homegrown, meals were made from scratch, meals were made from home, there were no additives, no chemicals, because how things are today, there's a lot of disease, there's a lot of people suffering, and they're not getting the proper nutrition. And I think we have to get that out to the people. And we have the power of the internet. We've never had that power ever before. And the power of the internet, we have social media, we have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have Twitter. We can actually reach a much broader scale, a much broader audience by taking that message and sharing it out there and taking action with the dollar and supporting farms and produce and things like that, as opposed to supporting processed foods, sodas, chips, stuff like that. And the industry itself will actually sort of reverse itself, because people will be wanting more produce, more healthy food, and they'll have to supply more healthy food, more produce at a much more available rate, where more people can share that, have access to it. That way we can all be equal, and we all are equal. I think we need to share that. As a health coach, I help people to get healthy, to get fit. Big thing I encounter is lack of funds with people. They think that eating healthy is very expensive. Eating healthy is not really so expensive. A thing that really gets me, I work with some mental health patients, and they go to these facilities, and the facilities are feeding them white bread and chips and french fries and stuff that has no nutrition at all. And these same people are disabled. They don't have a job, they're not getting extra income, and the little bit of income that they get for food, they have to make that spread out for the entire month. They have to actually make that less than $200 spread for the entire month, and they end up buying much cheaper food, chips, sodas, processed stuff, because it's actually cheaper to afford that, because the head of broccoli is $2-3 sometimes. So that's a big thing I encounter. That's something I'm very passionate about, is being able to give people like that don't actually have the access or the funds or the resources to get the food that could actually help them feel better, live better, have more energy, get healthier. And it's a matter of thinking about reframing the way we think about food, that healthy food is not just salad. Healthy food is not just some vegetables on a plate. Healthy food can actually be taking those things and making so many different dishes out of them, where you're taking one food and transforming it. Like a sweet potato is mashed sweet potato. It could be sweet potato french fries. It could be sweet potato casserole. It could be done so many different ways, and that creates so much variety, so much abundance. And there's beans, there's nuts, there's seeds, there's plants. We can actually have very good food, and it can be accessible, cheap, affordable, and people can actually feed their families with this knowledge, with this resource of having access to these foods.